What's up, Maniacs? My name is Max. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today on the channel, it is predictions time. AEW Full Gear this weekend. It's going to be a good one. I don't think it will be as hype as All Out eventually was, but we have a plethora of great matches, amazing talent on the card. And yeah, we're going to bring to you today a prediction show. And as you can see, I am not alone. I've got a rival. We should make our own little match cards.
Stare down. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Yeah. GG from GG on Wrestling is here today. What's up, GG?
All good, man. Big up yourself. Thanks for having me again. Looking forward to Saturday. All of us together again.
Yeah.
Should be a sick night and hopefully amazing event because it's looking tasty.
Very, very tasty. Even we had the news of the match we all thought was going to be added. The Cody match has been added as of last night. Yeah, absolutely sick match. Guys, GG has his own channel as well. So if you're not familiar, it's in the description, the link. So yeah, click the link in the description, subscribe to GG's channel as well. Hit the like on this stream and subscribe to this channel if you're not. We're going to go through these. And this isn't just a predictions and done. There is something on the line here because GG has obtained the Carolina Reaper one chip. You know that challenge. So we will be watching this in a bar in London, 5 a.m. in the morning. One of us is going to lose. And someone is going to have to eat
going home
chip.
sore. Someone's going home
literally.
sore.
So one of us is going to have to eat that chip at 5 a.m. in the morning. And it's all going to be live. The footage will come to you guys. So look out for that one. But yeah, without further ado, I mean, before we get into the predictions, I was obviously just getting all the stuff and graphics ready for today. And I came across a graphic of a buy-in for, I think it was the first ever Full Gear, AEW Full Gear. And on the buy-in, Britt Baker versus Bea Priestley. And I just thought, wow, how far they have come since then in such a short time.
And to think Bea Priestley stayed for a cup of tea. That was it. Like,
yeah.
I thought she was going to be one of those big names coming up. And Britt Baker obviously is just
rocketed since. Yeah, I mean, it is very interesting to see what happened with Bea Priestley. Like, why it didn't work out. I know she went back to Stardom, but then after that, when her contract was up, she chose obviously NXT UK, as we know, which is, it just feels like, okay, fair enough. But
it's even stranger now that Ospreay is obviously in America. Where is that based? LA, or are they touring? I'm not sure, but
yeah, it's LA.
It could have worked out, but who knows how long she signed on for. And it's just crazy that NXT UK is still being left alone. Like, she knows it's safe there, isn't it? Like, that's
probably what it is. That's probably what it is. And I think maybe at the time, you know, both women's division, like WWE have such a strong women's division in terms of talent. Maybe she looked at AEW's women's division at the time. The booking wasn't great. The booking has since improved in that division, and maybe she just thought maybe it's better for me to go to WWE, at least NXT UK. I can work my way maybe to main roster one day before maybe getting released. Who knows? But that's what her decision was about. But crazy to see how far they have come. We got Victor Punk in the chat nice and early. What's up, Victor? It says Ospreay have some shows with NJPW and some indie US promotions. Yeah, Ospreay's also doing stuff in the UK. We said we were going to go watch him. Is it next weekend or in 2 weekends time?
Next Sunday, I think, 21st.
Okay, yeah, for Rev Pro. So that could be fun as well. Obviously, massive talent. But yeah, guys, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to GG's channel. Without further ado, let's jump into these predictions. And we're going to start with a match that I think we've probably seen one too many times already in terms of iterations of this match. But this one is definitely going to be special. It's going to be fun. It's going to be the debut on pay-per-view of Adam Cole Super Click versus Jurassic Express and Christian Cage. Like I said, I think we've seen it quite a bit, but I'm looking forward to this. I'll probably be the opener, I think. Nice, fun match to open it. GG, what's your thoughts? You want to go first with your prediction?
Well, you've left me no choice. This is a tough one to call, man, because seemingly the Elite have got the upper hand on most occasions. So it seems like it will head the way of, Jurassic Express and Christian winning. But do they need that? Where's it go from there? So I think I'll have to. I know it's unlikely as well, but I just don't see where else the Jurassic Express go from here. There's going to be a lot of stories unfolding with the Elite, with Kenny possibly. So I think I'm going to go Super Click.
Super Click for the win. Okay.
You?
I think I would have went with Jurassic Express anyway. Just give these guys a big win on pay-per-view. I can imagine a Super Click winning because of who they are and all the talents and stuff involved. I just don't feel like they necessarily need to win. And I think in general, this is just going to be a bad night for the Elite. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Jurassic Express for the win. Not sure who's going to take
here
the
already, man. Getting here already.
I don't know who would take the pin. Now that I think we know Nick Jackson's carrying a bit of an injury.
Bruce Hill, yeah. So that could play into things.
Interesting. Yeah. I think I'll go with Jurassic Express and see what happens there.
To be fair, were we not supposed to get Adam Cole Christian? So maybe Christian beats Adam Cole or vice versa.
I can't see Adam Cole being pinned.
Me neither.
If Jurassic Express are to win, I can't see Adam Cole the one being pinned.
Yeah, same. But I just think that match was supposedly going to happen, so maybe they're going to put it on a Dynamite or Rampage a few weeks from now.
Yeah,
so
maybe
they could be involved in the finish somehow.
Yeah, maybe that spins off from here. Victor Punk says, what did you think about the segment with Bobby Fish and the Elite and the reference to the Undisputed Era by the Bucks? That was fun. It was good to see Bobby and Adam Cole on screen together.
I don't know if you see his Unrestricted podcast he did the other week.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
They mentioned Adam Cole, but he kept it so kayfabe and was like, well, he's not spoken to me. Because it's not, obviously not seen each other on screen. He's like, he's not spoken to me. So it's really funny. I only watched that the other day to see it happen. But it just seems like, what is he, a hired hitter? Like, he's not going to join the clique. So
basically, yeah.
I mean, they had to address it, but it's just a bit very wishy-washy for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just subtle sort of thing. Like, obviously, these two guys know each other, but we don't want to draw ties to them teaming up or anything. So let's just, clear the air, basically. And to be fair, going back to NXT, when the destruction of the Undisputed Era started happening, in terms of Adam Cole fell out with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish was injured. He wasn't even there. He was off TV completely. And by the time they had completely fallen apart, and Adam Cole was, I think, off chasing Karrion Kross or whatever the case is, Bobby Fish then came back for a short stint before he was released. So he never actually saw the destruction of the Undisputed Era, nor did he have anything to do with it. So there's actually no reason for him and Adam Cole to not be friends, if you see what I mean.
It seemed like the Young Bucks had some hostility, though, which was strange, because now I just feel like they already know Kyle O'Reilly's coming through, and they're going to rehash those matches again. Yeah. So that was just strange.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what they're preempting. Kyle O'Reilly to come in, they reform Redragon, and just have those killer matches that they were having before. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. People have said, Undisputed Era reunite. I'm not sure I want to see that because I feel it was so special to me in NXT. I don't need to see it again, especially so soon.
I don't see it happening, man. Adam Cole's got his new friends, man. He don't need no one else.
I think the chances are we're seeing Mount Rushmore rather than we're seeing Undisputed Era.
Yeah, we'll see that 100% before UE ever come in.
Yeah. Okay, but we've made our picks, two different picks, so we're off to a good start. Someone's definitely eating the chip. That's what it means.
Oh,
Let's move on to another match. Now, this match all started when MJF started talking about the four pillars of
mm,
AEW, the four young men in himself, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Jungle Boy. And it's escalated into MJF playing mind games with Darby trying not to give into it. And here we are. And I always find it interesting when we get an MJF match because MJF just doesn't seem to wrestle. He seems to get by every week, month on month, with doing the bare minimum, just cutting promos and
they
stuff.
actually addressed that on commentary, didn't they? They said
Yeah,
his what was it?
like his
His
contracted match this month
quarterly
or
match.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
quarterly match. Yeah. Which I think is kind of mad, but fair enough. If that's all your contract says you got to do, then that's all you got to do. So yeah, we got MGF versus Darby. I'll go first. I'm not sure if Darby can take another loss here. Or okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think Darby should take another loss here. However, MJF has pretty much an impeccable record. So I'm gonna go with MJF. I think Darby is one of these people that can lose and just bounce back and no one says anything. But MJF is someone that they're probably keeping warm
Mm.
for a title shot against whoever comes out tonight somewhere down the line. Maybe the next champion in that fact. What do you think?
Yeah, completely agree. MJF is winning.
Mm,
He's slowly creeping up to that title picture, especially with Hangman winning it. You know, potentially,
yeah.
probably. It's just another hill challenger, and it's strange. Obviously, the whole dynamic for the title contender has changed.
Mm,
So I don't know how that may have changed the knock-on plans with MJF potentially. But yeah, I don't see him losing. Not to, I mean, it could be Darby winning because of, like you mentioned, the four pillars, and MJF's
yeah.
beat the two others, hasn't he? He's beat Sammy and beat Jungle Boy. So maybe it has, you have to beat all three to get any further, and maybe Darby just stops it. So, but now definitely MJF, man, he's on his way to the belt.
I think MJF, I know he lost to Moxley, and that was through some funny means. He's lost another match, another singles match. I can't quite remember who was it, to Jericho?
Yeah, must have.
I think he lost to
Must
Jericho.
Yeah, 3-1, wasn't it? Was it 3-1 in
I
his
can't
top?
remember I can't
Or
remember in their
3?
series, but I literally think in like 2 years MJF has lost 2 singles matches and that's it.
Mm.
He's been booked very strong when he has
The
been wrestling.
the only other thing that they could play with here is Wardlow. Do they pull the trigger on that feud now? And he costs him his win against Darby. That could come into play. It's a big
Oh,
pay-per-view.
yeah.
They love a surprise, but I wouldn't bet against MJF.
And that could be a good way to give someone like Darby, like we're saying, a big win, because I just feel like when it comes to these big stages, I know he won earlier on in the year. I think it was Revolution with Sting. But on the big night, Darby Allin just doesn't seem to do it, if you see what I mean.
It's against CM Punk last time though, so you can kind of forgive that, can't you? And then he's had a few wins on Dynamite since.
So
So
yeah, we all knew he was never beating CM Punk. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. They give him the in between wins, the dynamites and the rampages, but on the big night, it's just like a great performance and not
mm.
like the win.
But what makes this event special where you would give it to him here? I don't know, like a bigger win.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah, I
I
guess
feel
it's
like
just
I'm trying
they
to
built it up.
convince myself out of it as well because, like, now the more I think about this MJF Wardlow stuff, that kind of distracts MJF for a minute until we
Yeah.
get Mero or Bryanson. I say it all the time. Danielson or Mero out the way, and then maybe MJF, or maybe they've got to bring Moxley back in between as well. So maybe you want to keep MJF busy, but
Yeah.
even with all that, I'm still MJF definitely.
Yeah, I definitely think it's MJF. Like we said, someone they're keeping strong, moving him more and more towards the title. So
Who
yeah,
would you want to who like obviously we think MJF will win, but who would you do you want MJF to win that, or would you want Darby to win it? Like personally. Because I think I still want MJF to win it because, like
mm,
you said, I think Darby he's so resilient. He bounces back regardless. Like,
yeah. I
who
wouldn't
does your heart
mind.
say?
I wouldn't mind Darby winning. I 100% agree with you, and that's what my heart is saying. But um, if Wardlow was to be the one to cause MJF to lose to further the story, I would be happy with that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I would be happy with that as well. So yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting match. So I think the fallout is probably going to be very, very interesting in regard to that one. DWE Dan, thanks for joining us, Dan. Dan says they're loving the setup. Thanks, Dan. Always trying out here. We're always trying. Let's move on to the tag team match.
Whoa.
Now, FTR, they recently acquired the AAA tag team championships. Now they're coming back for what they claim is theirs, the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Lucha Bros, they won it at All Out. We all watched that match. We watched it together, that phenomenal cage match. But
still the best cage match I've ever seen.
Yeah,
personally.
100%. It's the best cage match I've ever seen. To be honest, in terms of, I know Danielson and Omega this year was a fantastic match, but I think that was probably my match of the year as well so far, that cage match. But since then, I mean, their tag run's been a bit
meaty,
very meaty. Very, very meaty. Haven't hardly seen them, doing much in the way of defenses and stuff. FTR have been warming up again. Like we said, they beat them for the AAA Tag Team Championships. What's your heart telling you in terms of the result of this match?
FTR.
You think FTR are gonna win?
Yeah, man. I don't know why. I know it's very soon, but I don't know. I just have this image of them holding all the belts, and
that would be mad.
And I think they need it, man. They're such a good tag team, and I don't think like they had not the most impressive run initially with the belts, and I just think they're just such a good team. And I know it's very, very soon for Lucha Bros to lose it, and I know they do still get a good healthy pop, but I just don't, like you said, the reign hasn't been great. So do they just want to switch gears now? Because the only other thing the Lucha Brothers are going to stick around with the belts for is more developments with Andrade, possibly, if he brings in a team, because obviously Roosh and whoever's freed up now.
True.
So that could have changed courses, but I don't know, man. My heart's saying FTR. I know I'm going to regret it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like I have this image of them with both belts, because otherwise, what do you do? Because do they then defend the AAA belts again back?
I mean, I could definitely see the image in my head as you said it of them holding all the gold. I can 100% see
it. It looks so good in my head as well.
I can 100% see it. However, even just there where you mentioned, the likes of who Andrade can bring in, Roosh and stuff, I think that could be a great way to basically, obviously he's got this working relationship with FTR. If they don't get the job done, he can bin them off and then bring in Roosh and stuff to see if they can take the belts off the Lucha Bros. I think I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the Lucha Bros. I don't believe it because they haven't been, pictured like world tag team champions as of this run. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they're gonna retain the titles, and then, like I say, maybe Andrade then brings his real pals to cause some upset here. Just to go to the comments quickly, we got Anafi in the comments. He says, "Come on, hope you're good, bro."
Big up Anafi every time.
Big up Anafi. SDK08, thanks for joining, bro. He said Lucha Bros have to lose to Pride and Powerful. Good shout.
I like that. Do you know what's funny? On I think it was Sammy's vlog, Ortiz, he was just on the camera for a second. I think there was like replica tag belts, or someone had one of the tag belts, and then he was like, "No, we're never winning those." Now we won't ever win those. Like just so blatant. Like no, we're not going to win them. Like he had accepted it.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, SDK. I want to see that as well. But I don't know, man.
Arpit, big up Arpit. He says, I don't think FTR are
My guy.
winning.
Oh no, damn it.
He's not your guy.
Ah.
He says, I don't think FTR are winning. AEW gives people time to make their reigns better. Plus, I think FTR have the AAA belts to beat a hot tag team, maybe. That's a good point. I think that's where my thought is coming. FTR have got those belts to hold on to. They feature them on TV with them. So yeah. Victor Punk says there's a plan for FTR to defend the AAA tag team titles in Mexico on for the Triple R show on 4th of December. Okay, so well, yeah,
Because it's only for the AEW belts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only for the AEW belts.
So are they waiting to do the unification, or not unification, but belt for belt?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, man.
SDK08 says FTR don't need the belts.
They do. They do. They have to. I need them to have the belts.
And for those that don't know that have just joined, that chip that GG just held up, that is the punishment for losing predictions. So yeah, it's all on the line for real this time. We got Earl in the place, man lack knowledge. Thanks for joining. He says, good evening, lads. You guys are right. The Lucha Bros reign has been quite disappointing. I still think the Lucha Bros go over at the PPV.
Is anyone on my side? Come on, there's got to be someone in the chat that
it don't
on my side.
It don't look like
But
it still.
Either way, I know I might be disappointed in the result here, but that match will be crazy.
It'll bang 100%. The match is gonna
they've had a few practice goes now, so I think this one is going to be what we expected the first match to be.
100%. The match is gonna bang. Yeah, I expect nothing less from these men. But moving on, we have, well, I was about to say a tag match, but this is being dressed up as a Minneapolis street fight. We've got the Inner Circle taking on American Top Team plus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I've got to say, if I put this in terms of numbers or percentage, in terms of my care, 100% being I'm fully invested. When this all started off, I was at zero. I was at zero for weeks. I was just thinking, what the hell is this stuff? And now I'm not at 100%. The fact it's a street fight has got me a whole load more invested. But I'm about, 70, 80%. I think this could be a good little match, a good little showdown. Obviously, Lambert is in there, I'm guessing, to take the pin. I think this could be pretty fun. What's your thoughts on this match before we go to the prediction?
I don't know if I've warmed to it more or less, to be honest. I think I've stayed the same. Like I was impressed with like Paige Van Zant's mic skills. She seemed very confident and stuff.
Yeah, she was very good.
Jorge Masvidal, he's not involved in any way, is he? And that's
the big name.
That's, I think, where we possibly go in. Him, Jericho, maybe. The street fight thing protects all these novices involved. It's just going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
Certainly, like Dynamite last night, when these guys come out and attacked everyone, that kind of, I was like, oh, okay, nice. That extra little build, and how they obviously want Jericho to be pinned by Lambert. So that I wouldn't be totally surprised by that happening, but yeah, I don't know. I'm fairly excited for it. Take it or leave it, really. But
yeah, I think Inner Circle, where there's so many of them, like in the past, we've seen them involved in the what do they call it? The brawl in the stadium. Stadium Stampede, and stuff like that. And I just think that's probably the best usage of those guys. Now, individually, we know there's talent there, but when they come together and you're trying to put people on a pay-per-view, this is probably the best kind of way to include them all, sort of thing. So I'm gonna go with Inner Circle. I think it is what it is. I think Dan Lambert's been put in there for the pin. But yeah, we could get some. I hope, at least Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page get a good showing, because they've needed this kind of push, because their careers haven't been the best in AEW as of yet. But it's something's happening right now. So yeah, I'll go Inner Circle for the win, and maybe we see something, spiral out onto Rampage and Dynamite after this. What do you think?
I'm gonna be tactical here. I'm sort of leaning towards. I can just see that horrible image of Dan Lambert stood on Jericho's like laid out body, and the point she made about Scorpio and Ethan Page needing, what is the point if these lot of all come in just to then lose? So, but I think
Gigi,
I'm
you're
gonna have to
eating this
play.
chip.
That's why I've got to play tactically now. So I'm with you. Inner circle. Do
Oh,
you know
in a
what?
circle. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, inner circle. The other point I would make though is I'm slightly disappointed with not seeing a TNT title defense at this pay-per-view. I think Sammy
Oh, damn, we're not, are we?
would be put to better use in a. There's so many young up and comers that he could just have a scrap with, and you could have even just pulled any name from the late like ROH. You could have just gone
It's
Gresham, what you
true.
up to? Bandido, well maybe not Bandido,
So
but
true.
anyone you could and that would have sold the match. You didn't even have to feature him on TV or nothing. You could have just said we're putting on this match at this event. So that's a shame.
It's true, I didn't even think of that. And even within the story of what they're doing now, it may not be as exciting, but Scorpio Sky could have had a match with Sammy Guevara because Ethan Page has had a match for the TNT title where he lost. Scorpio Sky is the other wrestler there. He could have had a match and he could have built it up like, like they are. Scorpio Sky's pinned Jericho twice. He's now got to pin Sammy for the title. Yeah,
Could have even done a
that could have been
lumberjack
good.
match with.
Yeah. It's true. I didn't even think of that. So yeah, maybe they need to. This is the thing. We've seen this before with a TNT title with Darby Allin and Sting and all of that stuff. They just kind of lumber it at times into the other stories that are going on, and then it just gets missing. WWE are the kingpins of doing that with all of their titles, and I expect a bit more from AEW. Like when Mero had it, TNT felt like not like a mid-card belt. It felt like a top title just on a different kind of island of its own. The same when, the likes of Cody had it, the same when the likes of Brody had it. Yeah, I don't want it to get lumbered into other stories and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. If we go to the chat for a second, Victor Punk says the memes about Paige Savants taking on 5 guys has been hilarious. I guess that was from the gag that Chris Jericho made a couple of weeks back. Arpit says my excitement for this match is negative 100.
Wow.
Honestly, that's where I was at first. I'm like I say, I'm looking forward to the street fight aspect of this, to be honest, more than anything. Non-stop wrestling, what's up? I hope you're good. He says about 17% looking forward to this street fight. Inner circle for the win.
Yeah. We're with you, Barry. Yeah,
100%. Anafi says, yeah, Sammy needs his own pay-per-view match. Yeah, we agreed. That's definitely the case. He should be being used. If he was gonna beat Mero for this title, they've got to make Sammy look a lot better. So
maybe they're just trying to get all this faction nonsense out of the way for them. Like you said, him, Ethan Page, and Scorpio. But I don't know, man. These guys should be going for the tag belts, maybe.
Yeah, that could be something we see them do in the near future as well.
I have no idea where they're going with the TNT belt next, to be fair. Not a clue.
TNT, Sammy. Well, I'm expecting him to have some type of open challenge element like everyone else has seemed to have on a week-by-week basis. Maybe we'll see some entertaining names come in there, maybe some returning guys as well from injuries or things like that. But yeah, well, I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, the direction isn't clear, like you're saying. It's not clear at all. Before we move on to the next one, guys that are watching, thanks for coming. Again, please hit the like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel, GG's channel as well. The link is down below in the description, so you can follow that if you're not as well. Let's get on to the match that has had 2 weeks build and has got us all talking. Eddie Kingston running around in the car park like a madman last night. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston. I would do absolutely anything for an Eddie Kingston win here.
Same here, man.
I think Eddie deserves it. Eddie needs a big win. Last week, I was saying that Eddie smoked CM Punk in that segment they had. It wasn't a smoking like that. Both men done the verbal sparring as they do very well, but the passion was literally pouring out of the pores of Eddie Kingston as he was delivering his promo and going at CM Punk. I just believed everything he was going to say. I believed he was literally going to F up CM Punk when he sees him. And literally the little pull away thing in the car park on Dynamite last night, him being pushed away by Ruby Soho and literally turning and sprinting like he's an Olympic sprinter doing the bend. Like, anyway, my prediction is CM Punk is gonna win, but I think I want that win for. I'm happy to lose if Eddie Kingston wins here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know people won't be happy about it as well, but it does make sense. Like, come on, let's not kid ourselves. He is still CM Punk, and I know we love Eddie, but his time is coming. Trust me. Like, they did it with Hangman. They'll let us watch him suffer for longer. While we suffer for longer, watching it unfold.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole dynamic to come, possibly when Mox returns, hopefully soon. You know, with his new change of character, does Kingston fit into that as well? But yeah, you can't let CM Punk lose yet, man. And it's going to be a very close match, as CM Punk's been, you know, having constantly. He's been putting over his opponents left, right, and center. He's been having real good close encounters with a lot of people. But yeah, I think our big moment will be when Eddie Kingston lifts that. That's going to be.
You think that's happening?
Maybe one day, man. I want it to happen. I'm willing it into existence, man.
So I was going to ask you actually, what do you think? Because you said, you know, the big win is coming, and I'm assuming if that was to happen, the AEW World Title is still somewhere down the line. But in the near future, what can you see being the big win for Eddie Kingston? Because he ain't had one since he's come in. That's for sure.
I don't see one soon, man, unless he takes the TNT belt off Sammy. That's the other option. But I would, my ideal situation is for him to Mox to have his second reign and then Kingston to dethrone Mox. That would be real poetic. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Wait, am I bugging out? Was Mox and Eddie Kingston tag team champions?
No. They went for the belts.
But they didn't win it. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool.
Because they can coexist. but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they do with him. He does need a good win, but I think we get some entertaining stuff post this match. If he goes on a bit of a downward spiral, he's going to talk from the gut, from the heart, and we're going to have some entertaining stuff regardless. I don't think a win here would necessarily do anything for him because there's no spot for him up there, unfortunately. Not at the moment. Right. There's no space. So yeah, man, I think Punk for the win.
Yeah, I did. A little part of me died when he said in that promo, "I don't care if I win or not. Like, I just want to beat you up." And I understand the passion and fire behind that, but I don't want to hear him say that because I want to see him win. So that was a bit disappointing.
Punk might get some color in this match, man. The way it's going,
and that's what I was gonna say. If CM Punk at least bleeds in this match, I'll be cool.
I think he will, man. And maybe we get a little post-match handshake, but he walked away from Danielson. So how does that tie in? So yeah,
true. That is true. Unless you know, Punk does something like raises his Eddie Kingston's hand or something like that, or some sort of respect. Way. Maybe, yeah, something like that. Arpit says below, Eddie is by far the best promo in the world. Mox is the only other who has a chance, and goes on to say MJF. Kenny, Hangman, MJF, Eddie winning at NYC in 2023 or 24, something like that.
Yeah, hometown for Eddie Kingston would be a beautiful sight.
Barry, Nonstop Wrestling, he says, could be a chance for Punk to turn heel.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Surely.
It is too soon, but I do personally, I do need something to start happening with Punk. Personally,
he's showing shades of it though, and you know, Tony Khan doesn't believe in the whole heel face dynamic necessarily. So Punk can dip his toes in and out, I think, depending on his opponent. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit too soon, man. He's still. Or do they try and turn these cheers into boos straight away? I don't know, man.
Barry says, "Well, if he doesn't turn heel, he can continue doing the TED Talks every week." Well, to be fair, he never had one this week because he was in the car park. Probably didn't get to the ring in time because Eddie Kingston was holding him up. Steve from SCW Wrestling Channel. Thanks for joining, Steve. He says, such a great point with Kingston. Would love to see his character work after defeating AEW. He is an incredible promo.
Do you know
So
what?
good.
Touching on that point, his post-match promo to Moxley, where he's in the locker room, he's crying. Have you seen that? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's still my. That was this year, right? That's my promo of the
Earlier
year.
this year,
If it was like that, beautiful work. And if we get something like that again, all for it. Sorry, Eddie, but it's got to happen for me to be entertained.
I mean, this guy, Eddie looks like someone that's a bit rough around the edges, but I think he definitely has a future in acting if he wanted to go down that route, you know.
The Wire or something, I could see him in.
Like he's definitely got a future in something like that. But yeah, let's kick on. Let's move on to the next match, and something of an impromptu situation put together, but we're gonna get a fantastic match out of this one. Mero versus Brian Danielson, the finals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. The winner, I guess, becomes the number one contender for the AEW title. Moxley obviously pulled out of this match due to the situation we've all heard of. Been checked in, doing a rehabilitation for alcohol. So all the best wishes in the world goes to Moxley. Done the right thing there for himself and his family. Mero,
people, if you need it,
100%.
Ask for help.
100%. But yeah, Mero, more than an adequate replacement. Still steamrolled his way past Orange Cassidy. He's got to the final against Danielson. GG, what's your thoughts? What's your prediction?
I didn't want to go first on this one.
Do you want me to go first?
No, it's only fair.
All right.
I've got to go Danielson, man. The thing is, Moxley was very heelish before this happened. So do they just slot in Mero as the first defense for Hangman? It makes a lot of sense. But also, Hangman Danielson sounds very, very good as well. This match, is just Danielson's bread and butter. This is going to be such a good match. Him as the underdog, the David versus Goliath, that he just suits so well. So I'm so gassed to watch this match. It's going to be so good. But yeah, I wouldn't be totally surprised. I'm not counting Mero out at all. But the likes of Danielson and Punk, I don't think you can bet against at the moment. It's too soon. And I don't think Mero, I don't necessarily see him as Danielson's first loss.
You don't see Mero as okay, Danielson's first loss. So you're going with Danielson?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, where my head is that my head is telling me Miro's gonna win. Like then he's gonna overpower him. Miro's gonna win. He's gonna overpower Danielson. Like you said, he will be the first challenger to a face Hangman Page, we're guessing. And someone that Hangman could beat, and then Mero goes into the spiral of doubting himself, doubting his God, and all of that kind of stuff again.
Have we already seen not enough of that, but have we already seen a lot of that?
Yeah, there's an aspect of that. That's what I was just gonna say. Obviously do they want to basically beat that horse again, because that's more or less what they're doing now. Should Mero be taking 2 losses in close succession like that? That's another discussion. Danielson, would be that he should be with the one winning this. Like, we can all see that. But, well, I say but if he is to take on Hangman, this could be him now doing the honors of losing to Hangman, helping to build up the that champion.
Just solidify his reign. Yeah,
exactly. I'm gonna go with my gut, what I thought before you came with your brilliant explanation. I'm gonna go with Mero. I just think that Mero has to steamroll Daniel Bryan. I think there's something there in that as well. Like Daniel Bryan basically Brian Danielson sacrificing himself to this monster in Mero that they've been building very well. And maybe, we get Mero closer to the title, and there is another crisis of confidence somewhere down the line, and they can portray it a bit differently. So, Mero for me. Arpit says here in the chat, I need Mero to win. Well, clearly I do too now.
Yeah, you do.
Clearly I need Mero to win as well now. I'm not trying to eat that chip. He is so good. He is, man. Steve says Brian Danielson matches have been incredible so far. I love that all his matches end differently. It makes all near falls feel so much more believable.
He's hit different submission moves and different every time. So what a brilliant mind to do stuff like that,
I've
man.
literally, like, when I watch wrestling, I like with the matches, with the pay-per-views, I watch religiously. My eyes don't leave the screen. But with the matches on week-to-week basis, I'm just kind of watching it and doing something else, whatever the case is. Danielson matches, I can't take my eyes off the screen now because I need to see how he wins it.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's not predictable in any way, shape, or form. So you can't afford to miss it at this point. Arpit goes on to say, I think Danielson is losing and he'll continue his feud with Kenny.
I know that I did consider that. That makes perfect sense, RP. You're very right. But I don't know, man. I can't visualize Mero versus Hangman for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't see it in my head. But I can certainly see, Danielson versus Hangman. But then again, I don't want to convince myself out of it again. But like with Mero, like you said, being so dominant, that also might help solidify Hangman's run for him to dethrone Mero because he's so dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think people would be more concerned with Danielson taking the belt off Hangman. So I think that makes for better tension, maybe.
Yeah. But I think it's far too early for that to happen.
Oh yeah.
Like, if someone's going to beat Hangman and they really play off it, it would have to be someone that everyone can't stand, like MJF.
Yeah.
Like, if he's gonna lose it very soon, sort of thing. But yeah. Okay. We've got our predictions down there, whether we really trust in them or not.
The last thing I
down.
just want to quickly say on that as well is I'd love to see that alternate reality though, like what was going to happen, because it was obviously Mox was probably going to go over, then Hangman, like there's that alternate timeline, man.
So if it's like Hangman versus Moxley, you mean?
Yeah. Like, well, just what else would have happened, and like the butterfly effect, do you know what I mean? Because now it's just all different. We'll never get to see what happened or would have happened.
I mean, they could have done Moxley beating Danielson, I imagine, would have been very violent. And maybe they would have done something like that again against Hangman, a champion Hangman, but maybe outside the ring. So during the actual championship match, Moxley beats him so bad the match can't actually continue. To get the sympathy or something.
Do you know what I also thought as well? Why did Danielson have a little stare down with Orange Cassidy as well? Do you think that's someone that's going to be number one contender? But yeah, I'll still go with Daniel.
I don't know. Okay. Let's move on before we talk ourselves out of our decisions. We've got the AEW Women's World Title on the line. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defending against the number one contender, Tay Conti. I mean, I can't help but think this is a foregone conclusion. I don't see any way in this world that Tay Conti is walking out as AEW Women's Champion, and that's no disrespect to her. I think this is a really good position for her, a very, very good position for her. She's accomplished a lot in the 2 years she joined AEW and been on TV and everything like that. I just think the Britt Baker train is so strong right now in terms of characters. She's one of the best females in terms of character in the world right now. And I just feel if the likes of Tay Conti was to take the belt from her, that kind of charisma just wouldn't be replicated. And it's not the direction that AEW need to go in right now. Tay Conti's got loads of time to, hone her craft, become someone. I think something like the TBS championship could be in her future sooner rather than later. I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year she's already won the TBS championship, from whoever the inaugural winner may be. But yeah, on this occasion, I'm going with Dr. Britt Baker. D. What about yourself?
Yeah, man. there's no way Ty's winning this. All I hope for is a good, strong, competitive showing for her. She's really improved. I'm
Yeah.
glad she's in this. I'm glad that to see her in this spotlight.
Mm,
But yeah, there's no way she's winning because we're waiting for the Thunder Rosa DMD feud to kick
exactly.
back up again, which we saw teasers of. So yeah, there's Britt Baker.
Yeah. Maybe they do something nice, like use Rebel as a distraction, and then that's how Tay Conti loses. So it's somewhat protecting her. But
Mm.
yeah, man, there is just no way in this lifetime she's walking out as champion. Unless they call it, unless Britt Baker gets injured, they call it audible or something like that. I don't know.
That is
But
the only way.
yeah, it's not happening. It's just not happening. Victor Punk says here in the chat, we all know Thunder Rosa is the one to dethrone La Dr. Sita Britt Baker. I agree, bro. I agree. Arpit says Rosa might be the next challenger for Britt. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's probably the Revolution match. And that's probably
What
where
stipulation will it be though? That do you know what I
hardcore.
mean?
It's got to be a
Steel
hardcore
cage or
thing.
something.
Yeah, yeah,
Cage.
yeah.
First women's cage match in AEW, maybe. I
It's got to be
think.
something mad like that. I
Yeah.
even
Oh,
so.
come on. That makes perfect sense. Keep
Mhm.
out Rebel. Keep out Hater. Yeah, man. Cage
Yeah,
match. Revolution. You
put him
heard it
in a
here
cage
first.
match. Put him in a cage match or something. I mean, even the fact that Britt Baker still calls herself the hardcore legend, it pops me every time I hear it. So cheeky, and she didn't even win the match.
I know. She gets it though, man. She just gets it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, I think that was a quick one to do. Britt Baker is gonna win the match. Victor Punk says, like Kings Road Wrestling says, bring out the light tubes. Well, in their
That wouldn't
match,
surprise me.
yeah, in that match for the title, Thunder Rosa Britt Baker down the line, it wouldn't surprise me.
They're throwing around thumbtacks for fun on a weekly show, man. So yeah, man. Barbed
It's
wire,
true.
something's happening. Oh, barbed wire. Who knows?
It's
They
true.
could do something mad.
It's very true. Big up Mike as well. Right, let's get to our main event. The match that's been probably 2 to 3 years in the making. Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, defending against Hangman Adam Page, the man that's had a crisis of confidence. You know what I loved about this? I think it was only last week or so in our group chat, I was asking, what's happened to Don Callis?
Mm.
Like, where's Don Callis been? Even today, I was thinking when I switched on Dynamite to turn it on, and the opening entrance package comes on, and I saw the Good Brothers, and I was thinking, where have they gone as well? Like, what's going on?
Back to Impact.
Back to Impact, of course. And obviously, in the main event angle, we saw the contract signing. I thought was just a brilliant contract signing with the right amount of passion, cheek from Kenny Omega, mocking at the same time.
What was
And
that
then
line he said? Proud of you, Hangman. As he walked up.
yeah, good job, Hangman. I'm proud of you.
Oh, that's the worst thing he could have said.
And I was watching it, yeah, and obviously there was a cameraman that we were watching as Kenny Omega was walking away. We were watching it through the lens of a cameraman, and then I saw another cameraman walk across the camera that we're watching, and I literally said out loud, "Who's this idiot cameraman that doesn't like?"
Get up the shot.
I literally thought that was a botch. I was like, "Who's this idiot cameraman walking across a camera?" That's surely the first thing you learn in camera school. Like, lo and behold, Don Callis whacks Hangman Page with the camera, pulls off his phony hat, pulls off his phony beard, reveals it as himself, cuts his promo. So Don Callis is back by Kenny Omega's side for the big match. This is on you, GG. You got the first pick on this one, but I mean, I think we both know what we're gonna go for. But yeah, say your piece, man.
Who could it possibly be? It's time. It's finally time
It
for
is.
Hangman to win the world title. He's been destined for it since day one. And I tweeted it out earlier, but bringing Don Callis back right now, just before to go, oh yeah, now he's in play as well. And it's like, oh, okay. Just to stack the odds against Hangman even that little bit more, so the win is even sweeter.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. And I'm so I'm gonna be so gassed. Like, you thought our reaction videos for Adam Cole or someone coming
Yeah.
out, but there might be some grown man tears at Full Gear this Saturday. So stay
I
tuned.
honestly need to get myself in check because that's all I'm thinking about. I'm actually like threatened. Like if Hangman wins, I may actually cry.
With the energy in that room, bruv.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Like because for me, like and probably for yourself as well and other fans, this is a story that has somewhat started before AEW. This is a story of, this is the guy that was with them in the Bullet Club, that he was always going to be the next up. He was the guy that was just kind of riding there. When AEW started, he was in a press conference. He said he was going to be the first AEW World Champion. He didn't do it. He tagged with Kenny Omega. They had their run, but no real chemistry is what they always kind of displayed on screen. They were just good tag champs together, but no real chemistry. So much so that they brought that up in their promo. Victor Punk has just said here, and yes, you're right, Victor. He goes, did the Hangman throw a reference to Kenny Omega about Kota Ibushi? Yes, he did. In regards to you can't live up to someone that you've tagged with that was your friend. We've seen even Kenny Omega try to do how many Phoenix splashes in AEW in general in the last 2 years. He's never hit one of them. And that's obviously Kota Ibushi's thing. So they're telling that story. This is quite honestly one of the greatest wrestling stories I have ever seen.
Oh, it is, man. It is.
Yeah, it
and
is. It's
I know it's cheesy, but there's that realism of just overcoming yourself. And do you know what I mean? Just the deeper levels of we're all Hangman. He's the everyman. Do you know what I mean? He's the one, the relatable character. And when he wins, we win. And yeah, man, it's cheesy, but I'm so excited to see that like happy moment. And yeah, man, good stuff in wrestling. It doesn't always have to be heels and stuff, man. We can actually have a feel good moment.
Yeah. And I think I felt like watching the contract segment last night, I thought, Kenny Omega, you have also done a brilliant job in kind of positioning yourself as this detestable person, but at the same time, very condescending, very manipulative. Like we were saying with the stuff he was saying to him, like, I still like you. I don't know if one day we could be friends again.
Shook his hand. I was so surprised for them to see them shake hands. I was getting a bit disappointed. I was like, what's going on, man? Come on.
Last night's promo, it reminded me a lot of the kind of stuff that we saw in WWE that Roman was doing to Jey Uso. Now, Roman was using a lot of more force and I'm ahead of this, I'm this and that and the other. Whereas Kenny's was a lot more subtle. Like, I love you and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe one day we can be friends.
And it worked on Hangman with the FTR stuff as well. So there's...
Exactly. It's showing the same kind of, he doesn't get it yet. His brain isn't there to know that these are bad guys, sort of thing, that he shouldn't really be trusting. Of course, Don Callis came out with a camera, clocked Hangman. It's gonna be fantastic.
The contract was signed in blood as well.
What
I love? What I love about this match, yeah, or how I perceive that it's gonna go is Hangman has not hit him with that buckshot. And Kenny needs to land that one-winged angel. So I want to see at least 5 or 6 teases from each of them of trying to hit that move and Hangman finally hitting it. And we know it's 1, 2, 3. And yeah, man, it's going to be
so good. On that note, do you think a one-winged angel is going to be hit and Adam Page is going to kick out?
Nah, man. I hope not. It doesn't
you want the
need
move
it
to stay protected.
Yeah, man. I don't think Hangman, the win is enough. Like, it's a big moment for AEW for us to be witness to. So it doesn't need that little element. And now obviously the whole tease with the buckshot, him trying to hit that, we can lean more towards that move rather than the one-winged angel. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be teases. And I mean, they could very easily go with the Okada
roll out the ring,
grab, or
grab the rope or something.
Ropes, rather than actually kick out of it. But I would rather he just doesn't hit at all, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, of course, like you said, when the buckshot finally gets hit, that's gonna feel mental, because even the speed, I think it was 2 weeks ago when he done it and he missed and Kenny Omega just ducked it. I was
Yeah, but
already out of my seat, like, oh my god, he's gonna hit him, sort
yeah,
of thing.
same. Even the first Full Gear match, like he literally
Yeah.
just missed him. So they've definitely got some spots in mind for that move.
Oh, it's gonna be brilliant, man. I'm getting excited for
Oh,
Saturday
I'm gassed.
already now. Like, Victor Punk says here, Kenny is having his championship match this Saturday, and next he's having the AAA championship match next month. Are we seeing the mighty Kenny fall? I think so. I think we all
100%.
know his body's not breaking down. That's an exaggeration, but he needs a rest. He needs a rest. He's been going at it. So, yeah. Arpit says, I have been wanting Paige to win since Full Gear. I guess that's Full Gear last year. It's going to be so
Yeah.
satisfying. Likewise, he says Kenny went stone cold silent during the Ibushi reference. He did. His face dropped. Well spotted. His face dropped when that was said. Steve SCW Wrestling Channel. Emotion is the definition of a well-told story. Well done, AEW. The journey of Hangman Page has been perfect. The time is now to make him world champion. I 100% agree. Steve goes on to say, Hangman losing my start to have fans wondering if it will ever happen. We don't want another Dolph Ziggler.
Don't ever compare Hangman and Dolph Ziggler again. I respect you.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, what a comparison, but it's true. You know,
Yeah.
Dolph for someone that always kind of put around the title and just never pulled the trigger. But no, yeah, I think we all agree this is definitely time now, to be honest. And he says, imagine if a heel does come in and costs Hangman, the heat would be nuclear. I mean,
and then I've got to have that. I've got to deal with that heat and then that heat. No way. Give me at least an ounce of happiness before I have to.
On this point, do you need like for yourself, do you want Hangman to maybe overcome, because I was thinking about this the other day, overcome the Elite? Say obviously Don Callis tries to get involved somehow and he knocks him down, and then you see the Bucks running down to try and make the save. Do you want to see him overcome all of them for the sake of the story, or are you just happy with just beating Kenny clean?
I think it somewhat does have to happen, man. Him and Matt Jackson definitely
They've
have
got beef.
yeah, like some that needs to be addressed, but you know, Matt Jackson ain't gonna challenge for the world title. So I don't know how you address it. I think you're right. I think poetically, and it makes a nicer little story if he does during that match have to overcome them all. But yeah, I want to see the Hangman Matt Jackson match. I don't know how we get there once he's dethroned the leader. And how Adam Cole fits into that. I mean, I don't know if you saw Shorty Horror, shout out to Shorty Horror, said that he thinks maybe Adam Cole costs Kenny and we start the ball rolling straight away.
Oh. That could be. I mean, in saying that, if the Elite are to come down and then somehow Adam Cole costs Kenny, and then obviously, like we know, in maybe 3 months' time or so, we get Mount Rushmore. That could be something. Interesting. I guess we'll see. Arpit says, knowing Kenny, I know he won't waste that kick out. He will use that kick out in the Ibushi story. That kick out isn't needed anyway, in my opinion. I agree.
Totally agree. And I hope you're right as well about the Ibushi stuff. I hope we get to see. We've got to see it, man. Tony Khan, he knows what we want, man.
Yeah, we've got to see Ibushi come through. And yeah, Steve says, my bad.
I forgive you.
In regard to Dolph Ziggler. Guys, I mean, we started this stream here. Looking forward to this pay-per-view. I don't know about you, Gigi. I'm here right now. Like,
I
honestly,
watch it now.
I want to watch it now. It's true. I can't wait till Saturday. It's gonna be incredible. Like we said, even just the talent alone on this card in Punk, Kenny Omega, Brian Danielson, Adam Cole, so many names, Jungle Boy, MJF. These are literally top guy facing top guy all throughout the card. So yeah, Victor Punk's thrown in a good question here. Are you guys expecting surprise appearances for Full Gear?
I need to understand the whole that these people are here. They're here or not here, but they're in America right now. The people that you want to see Okada, you want to see Ishii, and they're teasing the whole chaos stuff at the moment, which is doing my head in because what are you doing to me? So something's bubbling.
I said, what you did to me.
But they are. I don't know what the time difference is where the New Japan Strong Show is in regards to like where Full Gear is, and Is it possible? Is it humanly possible? Because if it was, I know what Tony Khan's like by now. He might just throw something out there, but I don't know, man. I'm not expecting anything, but I would not be surprised if someone turns up. And there's so many names now with Ring of Honor, and you know, what do you think? Do you reckon we're going to see anyone?
No, I don't think so. I think this is just going to be a terrific wrestling show. I think the seeing people might be left for somewhere, the lull period, if you like, between this pay-per-view and February Revolution. They might see people then. I think we're definitely seeing people in February join. I think we're probably seeing Kyle O'Reilly in February. I think we're probably seeing Kevin Owens in February. The Okada situation, I was just thinking as you were talking, you know, Hangman wins, etc., and maybe Okada comes out to see Kenny in the ring. Like, what have you become, sort of thing? Look at you, you're losing. But I think
Good
that
job,
would,
Kenny. I'm proud of you.
yeah. But I think that could take away from Hangman's moment. So that
Yeah,
probably
it's
wouldn't
got to
happen.
be the Hangman show. This pay-per-view has to be the Hangman show.
Exactly.
I personally don't want anything to overshadow it either, because
Yeah.
that was our concern with All Out. You know,
Mm.
we wanted to see it, but we knew there was probably going to be some debuts.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they've waited, and I want to remember this pay-per-view for the night that Hangman finally won the big one.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like I say, they've got a lot of time to fill between, you know, now and February, so that could be a good place for Okada to make a debut and appearance anywhere in between if they are going to do it. We got Sam Frimpong coming through. Thanks, bro, for joining. He says prediction: Hangman wins the Dark Order. Oh, when the Dark Order come to celebrate with him, I think that's it. That's probably just gonna make me start crying. The Dark Order come down to celebrate, lights go out, done way too much in AEW. And we see the debut of Wyndham with the Dark Order turning on Hangman.
No,
Nah,
no.
please don't. It's a good idea. It's a very good idea, but don't do that.
Yeah, great booking, but yeah, don't tarnish this moment,
Yeah.
please. And
Yeah.
come on, man, John Silverhill. Come on, man.
I wouldn't mind something like that happening next week, though, because remember, next week Dynamite is in Hangman's hometown. It's in Virginia, so he might be having some type of celebration, and something like that could happen. Because that would need to be kind of punctuated with something, maybe. But yeah, good idea, Sam. But that's an evil idea. Don't put that in the atmosphere. Arpit says we saw like 4 people at All Out. We're absolutely not seeing any. We absolutely are not seeing anywhere. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything in the way of shock debuts or anything like that on this show. SCW Steve says, could this be an opportunity to build something for Wrestle Kingdom should anyone from NJPW turn up? I guess that's the idea, right?
3 nights.
What is that about, man?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to take 3 days off work.
2 nights tops is enough. Like 3 nights, come on. And Steve says he 100% agrees on the Hangman point. And Victor says, imagine Hangman gets an open challenge for the title and loses it to MJF. No,
it's gonna happen. He's got to lose it to him, but
yeah,
it'll be a minute still.
Yeah, somewhere down the line. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, making this stream so enjoyable. That is the AEW Full Gear Predictions for this Saturday. We're gonna be watching it, like we say, live. Gigi, you want to show them the forfeit again? That is it, guys. The Carolina
Good look at it,
Reaper chip.
That's your future, bro.
We will have the loser out of me and Gigi. And you know the mad thing, I can't even take milk. I'm lactose intolerant. So I'm literally just gonna be suffering if that's me. Yeah,
yeah. You need some ice.
So yeah, guys, it's crazy, but the show is gonna be absolutely fantastic. Jonesy, what's up, Jonesy? Hope you're well. He says, does Bray debut? I don't think so. I think somewhere maybe it is possible, but I think somewhere maybe in between, like now and February, if he is going to come, that's probably when it's gonna be. But yeah, guys, like we said at the top of the stream, please like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please subscribe to Gigi's channel. The link is down below in the description. Like I said, we're going to be vlogging our reactions and everything from the weekend. We'll vlog who has to eat that chip. So you guys will see that. And on Sunday afternoon, we will be back right here doing a review of the pay-per-view. So make sure you stay tuned on the socials so you know what time that is as well. GG, appreciate you coming on, bro.
Love every time, man. Make sure you subscribe to WrestleManiac. Too much good content. Make sure you're subscribed.
It's good times. It's good times. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy AEW Full Gear. Tweet us, let us know your thoughts as you're watching it, and as well, we're going to be up watching it. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you